Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for rolling in as we just get back to the foundation of this channel, which is answering questions from our loyal subscribers. So if we didn't get to your question today, that means you're not subscribed and you don't have your notifications turned on, because we're going live every single Friday in the summer, and I want to see you there, like next Friday. So subscribe, turn those notifications on, and let's make it Friday Night Knicks. Top-notch pop gameplay coming in with a $2 super chat. Salute to you, my man. Show my guy some love in the chat. Says, rumors on head coaching. Let's go Knicks. KD. At this point, it somewhat sounds like the New York Knicks are out on Kevin Durant. I know ESPN is trying to get the whole Knicks for clicks thing going, talking about KD, but all the local guys say that's not happening. When it comes to the rumors on the head coaching search, I heard the Knicks reached out to John Calipari, and they quickly closed the door on that. I've heard the New York Knicks are going to extend their search to former head coaches, current assistant coaches in the NBA, and may even still look at guys that are coaching in college. But two names that I feel as if are picking up steam more so than others are Taylor Jenkins, the former head coach for the Memphis Grizzlies, and Mike Brown, who was most recently the head coach of the Sacramento Kings. To my knowledge, at the time of recording this video, which was Monday afternoon, evening is probably a better term, we haven't heard of anybody being interviewed by the New York Knicks, except for the Knicks requesting to interview current head coaches from other teams. But two names that are picking up steam, Taylor Jenkins and Mike Brown. I don't think the Knicks are in any rush to hire a head coach. There's no date they got to get it done by. We know that it took 7 weeks for Leon Rose to hire Tom Thibodeau back in 2020. So buckle up. I think we're going to be in for a little bit of a longer, bumpy ride. Shout out to you, Top Notch. We appreciate you. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. The high by 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My man, what's happening? What do we realistically need to do in order to win a chip with the pieces we have now? If you are asking the question of how do the New York Knicks win a championship by running it back, this is how. You have to hire a head coach that is going to turn the New York Knicks into a top 2 offense in the NBA. If you are going to win an NBA title with Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, you need to be an unstoppable team on the offensive end. Think about it like this. And I hate when people do this. Let's take a look at another sport. What were the Philadelphia Eagles really good at the last 3 years prior to the Super Bowl run? Running the football. What did the New York Giants do that helped the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl? They didn't pay Saquon Barkley. So how did the Eagles become Super Bowl champions? They took their greatest strength and made it an unstoppable force of nature. They took their dominant run game and their dominant offensive line and got the best running back in the National Football League. They doubled down on their strength. That's what the New York Knicks need to do. They need to double down on the two-man game of Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. You don't try to go out and be a defensive team with Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. You don't try to bring people in to mask the defensive deficiencies. No, go all in. Be a great offensive team. So you got to be a great offensive team. You need someone to come sign here for the veteran minimum that's going to contribute, and you need that taxpayer mid-level exception guy to be a contributor. That's how you win with running it back. Oh, and everybody has to get better. Mikal Bridges has to be way better. He has to be unlocked with the next head coach. OG has to shoot better than 33% from downtown. Josh Hart can't be addicted to turning the ball over in the playoffs. So, yeah, those are some of the things I think they got to do if they're going to run it back and win a chip. Harry, what's up, man? Did McBride earn a spot as a starter or backup, or should he go? It's a really good question. Should he go? No. Miles McBride should be a part of this team. When it comes to should he be a starter or should he be a backup, it's hard to say that because I don't know what the final roster is going into game one. You know what I'm saying, Harry? Like, if I knew who the Knicks players were on the roster, I could give a better explanation. But I will say this, and it's documented on this channel. I thought the New York Knicks from Jump Street should have started Miles McBride over Josh Hart, just because I thought it gave you a better point of attack defender, and it gave you someone that could stretch the floor, and it had you lean into a 5-out offensive attack. It's crazy. A year ago, I said the Knicks need to play a 5-out offense. They didn't play a 5-out offense, so they hired the coach, and now I'm saying it again. They need someone that can lean into that. I would have liked to seen a starting lineup of Bridges, OG, Towns, Deuce, and Brunson. I would have liked to seen that starting 5. We never got to. But yeah, I want McBride to, if you do run it back, be in contention to start in contrast to Josh Hart or Mitchell Robinson. That's where I'm at on that. I'll ask you guys this question. Who's a player you want the Knicks to trade for? Who's a guy you think Leon Rose should go out and add to this team to get them to NBA Finals champions? Joey DeLuca, what's happening, my friend? Marsh, who do you think our New York Knicks will take in free agency, or will we run it back? So, I feel like this is a trick question, because if you're running it back, the only way you could improve the team is through free agency. And that's where we're at. New York Knicks have no free agency dollars. They aren't going to make anyone holler. They had the taxpayer mid-level exception, and that is it. That's a 2-year, $11 million deal. And there's not really all that many great players that you can get for that. Maybe you're looking at someone like Gary Trent. Maybe you're looking at someone like Malcolm Brogdon. Maybe you're looking at someone like Chris Paul. Maybe someone like Luke Cornett. Maybe Luke Kennard. I would love Malik Beasley to be a taxpayer mid-level exception guy. I think he's going to make too much money. I'd like to look at somebody like Karis LeVert. Maybe he makes too much money. Someone like Dennis Schroeder. I'd like to get him, but I think he's going to make more than the taxpayer mid-level exception. It's hard to run it back and add depth in free agency because you don't get great depth for cheap in free agency. And the Knicks, the way their bank account's set up with available free agency dollars, they're going to have to be cheap. Tyler, what's happening, my man? Good to see you, bro. Who out there to trade for if it's not KD or Giannis? That's a really good question, man. And I've been compiling a list myself. And I haven't put out a video on trade targets yet because I'm not all that confident in who I want to be on that video and who should be on that video and who deserves. And if the Knicks do trade, who do they give up? Like, if you've been watching this channel for a while, which my guy CPJ in the chat is, he's been watching for over 3 years, I've prided myself on having a better pulse on this team than 99% of people in the world. And I think I've been relatively correct. We kind of told you they were trading for OG Anunoby. We kind of told you they were going to trade Julius Randle. We kind of told you that they were going to trade for Josh Hart. We kind of told you they were going to trade for Mikal Bridges. This is kind of the first time I don't know what the Knicks are going to do. And, like, I don't love saying that because I should know if this is my life. But, like, this is the first time in a long time I'm not all that confident that I know what the next move is, which is fun. So we're going to see. But, Tyler, I promise you I will have a trade target video out on the channel this week, and that will answer your question. I just don't know at this point. I do not know. Top notch, pop, gameplay, back again. $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Kevin Durant can be that help Brunson needs to win a chip. Deuce got to stay. Let's go, Knicks. Durant can be that fourth quarter help. I 100% agree, man. I 100% agree. We've done a lot of talk about Kevin Durant over the past week. And the thing I come to every single time is, what is the Knicks' plan? How do they want to move forward? Do you want to give yourself the best chance to win the title next year, where the East is wide open, Damian Lillard's not playing for the Bucks, Jason Tatum is hurt? Or do you want to give yourself a window of from now until the next 3 to 4 years to win a title? I think if you trade Karl-Anthony Towns for Kevin Durant, the Knicks are finals favorites. I truly believe that. If you run a lineup of Mitchell Robinson, Kevin Durant, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, Ariel Huckporty, Tyler Kolek, veteran minimum, and taxpayer mid-level exception guy, I believe you win the NBA Finals. I think you'd have the best half-court scoring duo in the NBA with KD and with Karl-Anthony Towns. With KD and Jalen Brunson, excuse me. But I also realize that KD is 36. He's had some injury issues, even though we played 72 games 2 years ago and like 60 this year. But I also realize that trading a 29-year-old player for a 36-year-old player probably isn't the best way to do it. And keeping Towns elongates the championship window. But trading Towns for Durant sends you on a rocket ship to the peak. I go both sides, but if you made me answer today, I would trade Karl-Anthony Towns for KD because you'd have the best team in the NBA. And isn't that the point? I don't know. I do know this. If the Knicks make a move, we are going to make a video. So subscribe and turn those notifications on. You're not going to want to miss it. We're breaking it down all off season long. My man, $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Would it be crazy for the Knicks' highest paid players, not Brunson, to restructure their contracts like the NFL? I would say it's only one. I don't even know if that's necessarily legal, allowed. You just don't really ever see that. And the reason is because these contracts are fully guaranteed when they're signed. And it's like, if I'm Karl-Anthony Towns and I'm due $180 million over the next 3 years, no matter what, why would I give back money? I don't even know if they can do that. So yeah, it would be crazy. It'd be awesome. And I want everyone to just type JB in the chat, because I don't think people really understand how big of a discount Jalen Brunson took this offseason, last offseason. Jalen Brunson is on schedule to be the 48th highest paid player in the NBA next year. And I think without a doubt, he's a top 10 player in the league. So Jalen, thank you. That's why you will forever be my favorite New York Knick. MJ, what's up, bro? I think Kolek and Huckporty should definitely be a part of the rotation next year. I think Taylor Jenkins is a solid coach, too. He had the Grizzlies second in the West last year. I like Taylor Jenkins, and I think he's firmly in the equation to be the next head coach of the New York Knicks. And I think if the Knicks hire Taylor Jenkins, Tyler Kolek and Ariel Huckporty are absolutely going to be in the rotation, MJ. Like, I like Tibbs. I've also yelled Tibbs is an effing idiot. I understand why the Knicks fired him, but I also understand why they should have kept him. I've also yelled for Tibbs to be fired, and I also feel like he earned another year. But it is exciting that we're going to have a coach that may lean into playing young players, that may lean into developing young players to actual minutes in a game. But yeah, you need Tyler Kolek to be a part of this team. You need Ariel Huckporty to be a contributor next year. And I'm excited to see both those guys. Jenkins is someone that's been known for developing young talent in Memphis. He's been known to not play his starters a lot of minutes, and he's been known to go deep into his rotations. I don't hate Taylor Jenkins at all. User 8463. What's the probability the Knicks bring back Devo with the mid-level? 0, because he is not a free agent. He's not a free agent. You're going to have to trade for him. And how are the Knicks trading for him? Makes like $12 million? You can trade Mitchell Robinson for Donte DiVincenzo? Then who's your backup center? I would not put too much hope in Donte DiVincenzo ever being a Knick again. I love him. I absolutely do. I want him here. When the Knicks traded Julius Randle and DiVincenzo for Cat, I think a lot of us were more upset, especially me, that they traded DiVincenzo. But I think that door is about as shut as it gets right now. I don't see it happening all that likely. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up, and let's go Knicks.